Hi everyone, it's Leanne. Welcome to Diamonds and Doxies. This is also my very first Christmas premiere video. I've never done one before, but I have watched them and I've always loved them. So I appreciate you tuning in to mine. Now, why am I not in behind a bunch of decorations and stuff behind me back here? Well, because as some of you know, I am in the process, we are in the process of remodeling a home and moving into it. So currently, um, most of my stuff is in storage and I'm just taking up a extra bedroom, a spare bedroom. And so this is where I do my crafting right now. So anyway, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing all your comments. Thank you. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, everyone, I'm back. And today, uh, for the Christmas premiere, I'm going to be building this gingerbread house. The question is, will I get it done in time? We have to keep these videos, um, long enough, but also short enough that we don't overrun with someone else's video, and also for you, the viewer, so that you can just sit back and watch, and then you'll get about 5 minutes in between videos so that you can go to the bathroom, get a drink, that sort of thing. So anyway, if you've never seen one of these, this is my second one I've got. This is the little candle. It takes one of those CR22 or something like that batteries. One of those, I call them a watch battery. So I do have some of those, and that goes inside of the gingerbread house. Here's all the pieces. Here is the toolkit, which I will not be using. And then, of course, your typical, thank you. And then here's the assembly instructions. Now, a lot of people said it was easier to assemble it and then do the drills. I tried that and I don't think that worked out very well for me. So I'm going to set those aside. And I think what I'm going to do is I am going to work on the pieces and then assemble them as I go. So I hope the camera is staying in focus and not losing its mind as it does sometimes. So here's the pieces here. Yes, that's the base. See, the candle will go in there. And that way it fits in there real snug, so then you can turn it on and off right there. So I'm not going to put that in there right now, though. Let's see, what should we start on? Yeah, that looks too easy. So let's start on, see, the problem is these go over. So I don't know. Okay, these go over the top like these. Yeah, I think I'm still going to do it that way. So let's move that. There's 4 of these. So yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Right now, that's not the time to worry about it. And here are our drills. I believe, except for this one. Well, no, is that an AB? I think so. So they're all special drills, all of them, but some of them are even more special than usual. So you got some of these big ones in here. So I'm going to be using my Let It Snow from Yellow Dog Designs. Got the little lid and the stopper, and it did come with another stopper that doesn't, go in here. I prefer this one, so that's the one I use. The other one I have put away somewhere, but yeah, isn't he a cute little snowman? Yeah, very cute. Okay, so I'm going to use him, and usually what I like to do on these is, I think I'm going to go with one because it stands out to me. So I'm going to get my scissors here. Now, you notice I do not kit these up. I do not find it necessary. What I will do is I will cut these open like this and pour it like that, and then set these aside for right now. I may put them in a baggie, one of the little baggies that comes with the kit, just because, just to be sure. But now here's the tricky part for me, is getting this plastic to peel up enough. So, okay. The pen I'm using actually is, I think it's called Firecracker or something like that. And this is a DAC, Diamond Art Club pen. Um, it came preloaded with putties, one of those twists. So you twist, and this is kind of hard to twist to get the putty out. And then in here, I have my Art Dot putty, which I love. Normally, I would use a glue dot in here, but it came preloaded, so we're going with it. And I like it just fine. I like the putty from Diamond Art Club. I don't have any problems with it. These are also my new tweezers from Diamond Art Club. And I'm not sure, how are you supposed to use them? Do you use them like this? Come on. No, I don't think so. Well, maybe. I don't know. Do you use them like that or like this? I feel like, let's see. Let me know, because I've always used just the regular tweezers. So I don't know. I don't know what the best way is. Let me know. I'd really like to know. I do like them, though. Yeah, they're a good thing to add to your cart when you only need a little bit more to get that free shipping. And it doesn't, it just makes more sense to add small stuff than to add a whole nother diamond painting kit. So usually if I'm off for about $10 or so, I ordered I ordered this twist on pen for this twist on. See, this is a twist on for this pen, and I ordered the tweezers so that my total would, put me into the free shipping threshold without me having to spend a whole lot more to get a kit. So highly recommend. So anyway, so this morning, Max gave me some tag questions to answer, and I'm going to do that. Well, I don't know, I guess they're actually tag questions, but just some questions. So I thought, okay, I'll answer for me, of course, and then I want to hear what you have to say in the comments. First of all, if you're watching this live, I should be in the comments down below chatting with you in real time, unless an emergency has come up, which let's hope that is not the case, because I would prefer not to have an emergency. Having limited use of your hands it gets very frustrating sometimes, because what seems like it should be so simple, a simple task, sometimes is not. Anyway, today is Boxing Day, the 26th of December. We don't really celebrate that here, but more on that later. But I did learn that, because I never really knew what it was about. I mean, for the longest time, I thought it was just, that was the day you boxed everything up and put all your decorations away, because that's what I used it for. But it's not. It is actually, when it goes way back when there was servants in the UK, or in England anyway. And you would, because your servants were serving you on Christmas Day, so they got the day after off so they could spend it with their family, and their employers would give them gift boxes that would have food and money and gifts, and just to kind of thank them for their service throughout the year. So that's where it came from. Yeah, we don't do that here. So anyway, but I do have some questions that he asked, and I thought I would share with y'all. So, what was my favorite Christmas memory from my youth? Well, I have so many. When I tell you that Christmas was magical for me as a child, there really was nothing else really in my life that was magical as a child. But Christmas was always amazing. It was always absolutely amazing. My grandparents, and even my mother when she could, worked really hard to make Christmas magical for me. And my grandfather, being raised, Roman Catholic, they always went all the way out for Christmas. My grandmother did not, but after marrying my grandfather, she really didn't have any choice but to, because my grandfather, he could give Griswold a run for his money, that's for sure. But the lights on the outside of our house had bells on it, and when the wind would blow, the bells would ring, and my grandfather would be like, "Oh, Leann, you need to hurry up and get in bed. There, I just heard Santa's reindeer land on the roof, and I'm like, "Oh my God." And I would run as fast as I could, man, and I'd get in that bed. It was awesome. Uh, so anyway, yeah, I guess one of my favorite memories was I actually heard Santa putting my presents under the tree. I could hear him in there, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh." And I wasn't asleep, and so I always heard, if you're not asleep, Santa won't leave you anything. So, you need to be asleep. And I was like, "Oh gosh." Well, I wanted to see Santa, but I did not want to, get up in the morning. There'd be no Christmas presents. So I heard him in there, and I was like, I better be asleep. And then I heard my door crack open, and then it shut. And I was like, okay, he thinks I'm asleep. So I laid there. When I tell you I was excited, I was about to pee my pants. And of course, I couldn't get up and go to the bathroom. No, because, well, Santa's there. But I could hear him putting the presents out. And I was afraid he's going to throw the fairy dust under the door. And then I would, my gig would be up. So I lay there as still as I could and kept my eyes closed. And apparently I went to sleep because I didn't hear him leave. And yeah, so that was absolutely amazing. I thought Santa was just the be all, end all. Um, yeah, he was a good dude. So, yeah, what was your favorite Christmas memory as a child? Or maybe now, maybe you didn't have any good Christmas memories as a child. So, what are your favorite Christmas memories now? Favorite Christmas movie? Well, I loved the old, I'm in my 60s, so I loved the Rudolphs and the Frosties and the Grinch and what were the rest of them? Of course, any Charlie Brown Christmas. Yeah, I just absolutely love them all. But as far as a movie goes, I'm going to have to, well, I don't know that I can pin it down to one. I like The Grinch, the movie with Jim Carrey. I like that. And of course, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. How can you not like that? Um, just like everybody else, I still use phrases, usually when it's time to say the blessing, I'll have to say the blessing. But anyway, and then my other favorite one that I try not to miss is A Christmas Story. The Red Ryder BB gun, and you'll shoot your eye out, kid. And that movie is just cracks me up to this day. I love things from a kid's point of view. Um, and that's what that one is. So, yeah. So yeah, that's my favorite Christmas movie. What about y'all? Do y'all have any favorite Christmas movies? And then travel. Do you travel for Christmas, or do you stay home for Christmas? And what would you prefer? I guess we stay home. Um, all of our family is here, so it always has been. I've never traveled for Christmas to go see anybody or anything. So, yep, all my family's always been here. Now, I would like to travel for Christmas, but I would like to like rent a cabin or someplace that's cold, with snow, like in Breckenridge or someplace like that, just to have a white Christmas. So, yeah, I think that'd be kind of fun. But like in lieu of Christmas presents, have the whole family there, and our gift is just spending time together in a cabin in the woods in the snow. um, Speaking of snow on Christmas, have you ever experienced a white Christmas? Well, as well, most of you know, I live in Southeast Texas in the Houston area, and we really don't get snow, and it's not good if we do. But in 2004, the year my grandmother died, we had a white Christmas. That was, I just know that she sent it, because, as I'm sure most of you know, when you lose somebody, my grandmother was my mother. She, her and my grandfather adopted me, and she was the only mother I really knew as a mother. And so, I mean, until I had kids of my own, I really was like, if she dies, I'm gonna have to just die next to her because I won't be able to make it. But then I had kids, and I was like, well, I have no choice but to make it. I have them. So anyway, I just kind of felt like she sent that, and it was so magical. I remember being in the kitchen and cooking, and my kids were outside playing in the snow. Well, my boys were. Jennifer was married and had, did she have? No, she was pregnant with, um, she was pregnant with my grandson, my eldest grandson, I think. Well, I know she was, but I think, yeah, she got married that April, so the April before. So, yeah. But it was just so much fun. The boys, they were teenagers, and they just thoroughly enjoyed going out there and building miniature snowmen, mind you. This wasn't like a great blizzard or anything like that. It was just a nice little dusting. And I don't even think it lasted for very long, but we did wake up with it. So that was cool. So, yeah, that was my first and only white Christmas. I know for a lot of you, it's a you know, part of your daily life, but not for me. Let's see. Hardest person to buy for. Do you have a person that is so hard to buy for? Well, I am here to tell you what. Max Sr. is the hardest person in the world to buy for, because if there's something he wants, he buys it. Now, the same could be said for me. If I see something I want, I buy it. You know what? I'm just going to finish. Instead of going to the next color, I'm going to just finish all the whites, all the number ones. Yeah, I think so. I'll do that. But yeah, I mean, he can be the absolute hardest, because most of his, stuff that he really likes costs a lot of money. And, and it's very, I wouldn't want him without asking me first what diamond painting I would like to get, or a tray, or a putty, or any of that, because I like what I like, and don't what I don't. So yeah, and he's the same way. So he's really into guitars. He loves guitars. He loves unique things. And I'm not talking he goes to Walmart and buys his guitars. These are expensive. They're works of art. It's his hobby. And just like us with diamond painting, he likes all the accoutrements. Well, this has a better sound than that. I wouldn't have a clue. I wouldn't know. Well, it would be, I don't know. When I listen to music, I can't sit there and tell you every instrument that I'm hearing. I certainly can't tell you what note or any of that. I'm clueless. I just know if I like the way it sounds. That's all I got. or he'll say, wow, that, it's really a good guitar riff. And I'm like, okay, if you say so, I will believe you. Um, so yeah, so he's very hard to buy for, very, very hard to buy for. And if you just get him something simple, then he just puts it away and never opens it. So, it's like, well, I don't want to get him something that he just doesn't even want. That's just a waste of money. So he is by far the hardest one to buy for. So I think this year, um, we're going to do, it's kind of a bad time anyway, because we are remodeling the house. So we're not living in it. And all my stuff is in storage. All of Max's stuff is going to have to go to storage eventually, or not to storage, but be packed up to move. So, it just doesn't make sense to put something else in the house. Although here I keep buying more diamond paintings that, we're going to have to just turn around and pack up and move. So I think we've decided, he loves sweets. So I think we've decided that and he loves to eat. So I think, maybe I'll make him some of his favorite meals, some of his favorite desserts within reason, because I don't have all my bakeware here. So unless I find something for him that, it's just something small. Yeah, like I said, there is no point. He's so picky when it comes to his guitars and stuff. So yeah, he's got a special taste. I guess it'd be like someone trying to buy me a diamond painting off of Temu. I'd be like, hey, thanks, but I would be like, yeah, I don't want to do this. So, yeah. So what about y'all? Who's the hardest person you have to buy for? I think I'm super easy to buy for because I do like a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm happy with the candle. I'm happy uh, with bath salts, I mean, yeah, all of that means a lot to me. So, okay. And when do you celebrate Christmas? So always, 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 we have always celebrated Christmas on Christmas Day. We've had the children open up their presents on Christmas morning, and then we have Christmas lunch or whatever. And then that's, yeah, Christmas Day. Christmas Eve, go to church, or something like that, but no presents. I think, I didn't grow up that way, although a lot of my friends did, because I lived in a predominantly Hispanic neighborhood. And so, of course, most of them were Catholic. So, I mean, they were going to midnight mass. I mean, so a lot of them did celebrate Christmas Eve, and because, they were sleeping in on Christmas Day, while they were at church, Santa Claus would have brought their stuff. So, but this year is a little bit different. So I'm not hosting it this year because I just can't. It's just not feasible, Max. I mean, literally, we can seat 7 people. That's not enough people. So we're not having it here. And so my daughter is hosting it at her house, which is fun and exciting. But they normally did her in-laws on Christmas Eve and then us on Christmas Day. But this year's a little different because they had family come in, some grandparents come in from out of state. So they are going to spend a lot of time with them for Christmas because they're getting up there in years and stuff. So anyway, we're going over to her house for Christmas Eve, and it'll be a lunch, and I think she said we're going to have Mexican Christmas, which we've done so many times. It's always a favorite. And whether or not her husband Matthew is going to cook the fajitas or cater it in, we don't know yet. He's an excellent cook. He does all the cooking really for them, so he's an excellent cook. So if they do something like that, then I will offer to, make guacamole, make beans, make rice, whatever. Otherwise, if they cater it in, I think I may, I don't know. I've never made a tres leches. I've always bought them, but I don't know if I have the right pan. I need to look online and see, because that's one thing I'm missing this year is I love to bake. And this time of year, I just love to bake. And then it's like, I'm not even going to eat all this. So I just start giving it away because I find the joy in the making of it. So yeah, we'll see. I may do something like that. But again, I'll have to look and see what my, what pans I have to choose from, or if I can use a disposable pan. I mean, I have got like 6 pie plates. I have got, you know, all kinds of bakeware. So I hate to go buy something specific because again, I think I got like 8 cake pans. I mean, I got a lot of stuff, and but it's all in storage and I can't get to it because when they put all the stuff in storage, they didn't there's no rhyme or reason. It's just stacked as high as they could get it to go and push. It's like someone came in with a bulldozer and just pushed it all back. So yeah, that's not happening. So it's going to be like Christmas whenever I get to open up all those boxes and get all my stuff out. I just hope I have enough room in the new kitchen to put it all. But it didn't at my other house, and I just, I had a room for storage, but now I'll have a garage, and I'll probably, you can get those storage racks that's got the covers on them, the zippered covers. I guess you would do like food and stuff, but I would use it to put baking stuff. So yeah. So how about y'all? When do y'all celebrate? And is it going to look different this year? This year, we're going to church with my son, to his church, for a Christmas Eve service. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, another one. For us, it's a tradition to go drive around and look at Christmas lights. And when the kids were little, we took the kids, of course, and it was a big thing. It was a big deal. We listened to Christmas music. It was so much fun. And we also decorated. And back then, our street, everybody on the street, everybody decorated. So, people would come down our street. It was like a line of cars, just never ending to look at Christmas lights. We really did go all out, and we did it all ourselves too. And my neighborhood now does a lot of Christmas lights. They do a lot of arches over the street. So we still go look at Christmas lights. We've gone by ourselves the last few Christmases. Jacob has gone with us, so that's fun. I fix some hot cocoa, and we go to look at Christmas lights. And of course, we'll do that again this year. We'll probably go to the park, and because they have a whole Christmas setup, and we'll walk around and take some video. Yeah, that's the plan. I don't like doing that if there's a lot of people, though, so we'll see. We shall see. If I do, I promise you it'll make its way into this Christmas premiere. Let's see. What's the next one? What does traditional Christmas food look to you? Well, growing up, it was pretty much the same as Thanksgiving, except my grandmother would add a ham. Once I became an adult and started hosting, I decided no, because I really didn't want that food for Christmas. And so I was like, it is Jesus's birthday. And so it should be like a party. Now, I know a lot of people do prime rib and, things like that. that's just, well, first of all, back in the day, we could not have afforded that. So um, we've done hamburgers. And now when I say hamburgers, I mean all out, with like a hamburger bar, where you could just walk through and every topping you could imagine would be, that you might even possibly put on a hamburger was there. So we've done that. One thing that was real popular was, like I said, Mexican breakfast, and not Mexican breakfast, Mexican food. Um, Everything from tamales, enchiladas, fajitas, all the accoutrements. I would even have baskets. I had bought some baskets to put the chips in, on the tables with little containers for the homemade salsa. So, okay, sorry about that. I'm actually fixing a meatloaf right now, and the timer was going off, so Max was coming to let me know if I wanted him to take it out, and I was like, no, 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 I have to go look at it first. So if I can, I'll try to edit out the part of Gus barking, but I don't think I can. But anyway, that's what was that. Okay, let's see. Eggnog or hot chocolate? Now, when I was a kid, first of all, let me just say, I never knew that anybody put whiskey or, any kind of alcohol in eggnog until I was way much older. So I grew up drinking eggnog just out of the container, Borden eggnog to be more specific. And that's how I drank it. Well, as I got older, I didn't really care for it. It was just so, I don't know, so something. Now I like baking with it. I like making eggnog cake. Is really good. It's a really good bundt cake. But no, I am a hot chocolate person. A hot chocolate person, and I want marshmallows or whipped cream, one of those on it, and I prefer it homemade, not not from. I don't want Nestle. Is what I'm saying. It needs to be made with milk. So, yep, hot chocolate for me. No eggnog. Uh, do you celebrate Boxing Day or St. Stephen Day, or Festival of St. Stephen? Um, Neither, to be honest. Like I said, I didn't grow up with it. Now, my grandfather was raised Roman Catholic, so his family, it was a big deal. But you know, Boxing Day, I mean, we would have been the servant. So, so yeah, neither. But I'm interested. I know not everybody who watches my channel is from the U.S., so I'm interested to see how many of you actually celebrate. It'd be fun to know. Okay, and then the last question. When do you take down your holiday decor, your Christmas decor? Now, if you don't celebrate Christmas, for whatever reason, maybe you are Jewish and you celebrate Hanukkah, or maybe you just don't believe in Christmas, whatever the reason may be. Do you put up any holiday decor, like winter decor? And if you do you leave that out all winter long? Because if so, I would. Like I do have some winter decor, like you know the like the cardinal in snow. I've got some dishes that have birds in snow on it, all in storage. So obviously not being out tonight or today. Hang on, let me let Gus back in. But um, yeah, I take mine down on the 26th today. So unfortunately, I don't have to really anything to do because there's just not that much to. I just got like a couple little things just to put away. But yeah, I do that on the 26th. I have been known to take stuff down on the evening of the 25th. Thing about me is I love Christmas. I love decorating. I love putting it all up. But then when Christmas is over, I'm like, it's over. Put it away. I don't follow the 12 days of Christmas. I don't do all of that Now, I may leave my nativity out. I mean, honestly, I would love to leave my nativity out year round. I just don't have a place that it would go year round. Um, and I have a couple, so usually I'll take all of it down except for one of the nativity, and usually it's the one on my mantle that I leave up. So yeah, what about y'all? My grandfather, man, he wouldn't take anything down until in January. It's just like I'm so over it. Uh, yeah, I mean, because then, I mean, to me, that's okay. Winter should be over, even though it just literally just begun. Um, I'm like, okay, time for winter to move on. I'm ready for spring, and we usually get our real winters in January and February. So, yeah. So, anyway, that's that for these questions. I am going to continue to work on this, and I'll see you in a minute. All righty. So, did you enjoy the little cottage as much as I did, the little gingerbread house? I loved it. I thought it was great. So, anyway, now I'm going to start working on a Christmas stocking to kind of close this out. So, hold tight, and that's what we're going to work on next. Okay, everyone, this is the stocking that I got from, this is from Diamond Art Club that I got um, earlier in the year from Home Shopping Network. They had a Christmas bundle, and it came with this and some coasters and some ornaments, and maybe a card and some stickers, I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's what we're going to work on right now. And I wanted to just kind of touch base with everybody. I really hope and pray that everyone who is listening to this or has been listening or watching, whatever it is you've been doing, I really hope that you're doing well. I do understand that the holidays can be very hard. It can just, really accentuate if you're lonely or if you're missing loved ones. It really can. So I hope that this has brought you a little joy. I mean, certainly it's not going to make up for anything really, but maybe it'll just bring you some joy just for a little bit. And that's what all of the creators really want, is they just want to entertain you for a little bit, bring a little of their own style to the community. The diamond painting community is a great community. They've been very welcoming to me. I hope they have to you as well. You're very welcome here. Everyone is welcome here. I don't care if you celebrate Christmas or not, or if you celebrate Hanukkah, or um, if you celebrate Kwanzaa. I don't, it matters not to me. Like I said, or if it's just another day, on the calendar, for you, you're still welcome here. And I hope you can feel that coming through from Texas to wherever you are. This is kind of hard to diamond paint, y'all. Okay, I think that's everything. Let me go let Snoop, well, no, I think this is probably Gus, but let's see. Come on, who else coming? Okay, it's Gus and Snoop. So did y'all get y'all's fur babies anything? Always get mine a little something, something. Just, a couple of toys, maybe some treats or something like that. However, this year we don't have all of our stockings. They're all packed away, but that's okay. That's kind of why I wanted to work on this stocking, because I do have these. I actually ordered some of the other stockings from Diamond Art Club that they had just recently, and the wonderful FedEx has lost my package. They said it was delivered. It was not. Come on, man. These big things are hard to place. I can't get my... There. Jeez Louise. They did not. None of my neighbors know where it is. So, I'll give it until tomorrow. They were supposed to have delivered on Sunday. And that's when they claimed they delivered it anyways. And I looked on Diamond Art Club and it said, if you have not received your package, then, give a couple of days, for it to magically show up, I guess, and then contact them. So that's what I'll do. And yeah, I don't know what's going on. I've never been a big fan. Look at these. All of them are in the wrong there. I've never really been a big fan of FedEx. But okay, so this package they delivered to the wrong house. The package, not the package before that one got here just fine. But the one before that, they said they never got it. And Diamond Art Club was like, well, they did. They just never scanned it. So, because they show it having been scanned to go on the truck at the warehouse. So, at that time, Diamond Art Club asked me to give it a week, and I did. And it never did show up. So they sent me, they offered a refund or to send me the stuff. And I was like, no, just send me all the stuff. I want it. So they did, and it got here no problem. But now they're saying they delivered it, but no, not here. They didn't. And no one came and stole it because we have cameras. It was FedEx was never here. And as soon as I got the notification that your item has, been delivered, I immediately went out there and nope, was not there. So very frustrating. Very frustrating. I've had some really bad luck with FedEx. I've had them literally throw packages up to my door, like stand back and throw them. It's like, my gosh, okay, all right then. And I've had them drop it in a bush so that the sprinkler, I had a front porch, but dropped it in a bush that was out in the elements. It's like, golly, people, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And, it's unlike Amazon where they take a picture, because when they take a picture and they deliver it to the wrong address, I can go, okay, that's not my house, obviously. And then I can go on my neighborhood group and say, hey, does anybody recognize this front door? Is this yours? Because there's a package there that belongs to me. And I've always been able to recover it. I've never had a case where I wasn't. So I've asked on my neighborhood group, and nope, I haven't heard anything. So stop. Oh, these dogs get on. Sometimes they just get on my nerves. They really do. But anyway, I'd really like to know what you did for the holidays. Or, obviously the holidays aren't over. We have New Year's Eve and New Year's Day coming up. While I do like New Year's Day, I'm not a real big fan of New Year's Eve. And I think it's because even as a small child, with it being portrayed as an old man dying, essentially, and a new baby, it always made me sad. It's like, gosh, why can't we have the old man and the new baby? So it's always been kind of, and then there's always that unknown. It's like, well, this is what happened to me. Here's the milestones that happened in this year. And then it's like, well, another year has passed and now a new one has started. And I wonder what this year is going to hold. So, yeah, I mean, I love New Year's Day because I like the food and stuff. But yeah. So what about y'all? Do y'all go out? We do not. I think I've been out in my whole life. I can count on one hand, and I certainly haven't been out as an adult in a very long time. And that's fine with me. I want to be home. I'll watch the New Year's Rockin' Eve or whatever. But I don't even know if I watched that, because last time I was like, who are these people? I don't even know who these people are. But so I'm usually asleep before the new year hits. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm just usually am. I go to bed early, and the only problem is fireworks. Mostly Snoopy is terrified. Gus is too, but I really think he feeds off of Snoopy. Like, oh no, Snoopy's terrified, I guess I should be terrified as well. And honestly, I don't like fireworks. I know a lot of people do. They scare me. Even as a small child, they scared me. We would have to go every 4th of July to go look at fireworks. My grandparents loved them. And I mean, I remember one time in particular, we were at the mall. The mall was putting them on, our local mall. And because in my mind, it's like there's fire going up into the sky. And now I see it falling back towards me. It's like we're all going to die. We are literally all about to die. And everybody's just oohing and awing and clapping. And one time I crawled underneath the car. I was like, no, we're all going to die. So I have never been a fan. Now, I can watch them from a distance, where I'm not really feeling the boom, boom and all that. But I don't like being very, close to them. And in my other house, I had a neighbor that he had all the professional fireworks. And I'm like, I am not even joking when I tell you he had to have spent $10,000 or more on fireworks, because they were the kind you see, the professionals put on. And they were so loud. Oh my God. My windows would rattle. And even with all of the blinds shut, it lit up the room every time they'd go off. And it was just, it was maddening. And, Snoopy was freaking out. Now, Lily, She didn't like them, but I mean, like she wouldn't want to be outside with it, but she was okay, you know. But I mean, I would be under the covers. I'd come on, Snoopy, let's get under the covers, and I would cover, excuse me, cover my ears and hold him close, and do all the things, and then just be like, please end. And bear in mind, where we live, it's in the city limits, and it's illegal to set off fireworks. They're wanting to change that. I am not pro changing that at all. I do not like them. I think, but like I said, so many people do. I mean, everyone in my family does. So yeah, I'm the only oddball. But that's okay. That's okay. And, everybody says, oh, well, you have to listen to them twice a year, July 4th and New Year's. And I'm like, no, not around here. You'll listen to them, from the time the fireworks stands open, which is a week before. And then, people hold on to some. So it'll be January 8th and you're going to hear some more fireworks. It's like, well, what are they celebrating? They're not. Some people will save them for whoever's birthday's coming up in the year and then do them on that person's birthday. And I'm like, okay, so the rest of us must celebrate with you, whether we want to or we don't. So, yeah. But it's okay. I'll survive. I'll survive. I won't like it, but I'll survive. I just hope when we move into the new house, because it backs up to a huge parking lot for the church. And I hope people don't go back there to set them off and anything comes over into our yard. Because, you also have to worry about fires. So, I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. But anyway, it's been, I want y'all to understand, oh my God. I want y'all to understand that this is my first premiere, and y'all really do mean a lot to me, and I hope that I was able to make a decent video. I watched so many last year, and some of them were just so creative, and I swear, y'all, sometimes it just makes me want to cry, because I'm like, I do not have a creative bone in my stupid little body. And I want to contribute to this community, because this community has really helped me. So I want to give back to y'all. So I hope that I was able to do that. Again, I'm open to suggestions, feedback. Just don't be mean, please, because I do have feelings. In fact, I kind of have sensitive feelings, but that doesn't mean I don't want you talking to me and telling me, well, you could have done this better, or maybe try this next time, because I will do that. Because I do want to be back next year, and I want you to be back next year. Oh, these got some static in them, don't they? But I would like to know what you did this year. And remember, after me is another content creator with their premiere. So all you got to do, it's my understanding, all you have to do is just sit still. There should be about 5 minutes in between. So all you have to do is just sit still, maybe go get you a drink or go to the bathroom if you need to. And then the next one will be right on. So, yeah. So anyway, thanks y'all so much. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you. Oh, Well, I guess I should say, I hope if you're new here that you will consider subscribing. Um, you know, I'm problem is if you don't like this video, you probably won't like my other ones either. This is pretty much me. You know, that's all I am, just little old me. And yeah, I'd like for you to subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. It really does help my channel. Makes me feel good. It really does. It really does. When I know I shouldn't. It shouldn't have any bearing. But when I get a like, I'm like, oh, somebody liked me. They really, really liked me. Yeah. Which doesn't necessarily mean that's true. But anyway. All right, everyone. Thank y'all so much. And, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to shake y'all. And I will see y'all around. Who knows? Maybe I'll see you in the next premiere. Alrighty, bye.